Hello everyone. I've got a bit of a spiky hedgehog thing going on with my new haircut today. Sorry I'm late, I was just getting things ready for my live today. Now, I thought today I would put on the Dreamy Glow look today because I tried it yesterday and I love it. It's my favourite. I want her to make this into a quad, the Dreamy look. The Dream Glow even. Ooh. Oh, there's 2 people joined me. Great. So yes, it's all gone a bit spiky today, but that's fine. It's quite like it. Bit kind of scruffy on top will do me just fine because at the side and the back it's nice and tidy. Okay, so today I'm going to do the Dream Glow from Charlotte's new palette. Hello, thank you, Suzanne. It's sort of gone a little bit sticky-uppy today. I didn't have a good sleep last night. So it kind of looks like it, but I do like it, and I like the fact that it's short. I just can't be doing with all of this nonsense. Hello, Emma. Hello, Sunshine. And I love it that Suzanne's been joining me while you're off. Such great. So great to have you here. Right. I thought I'd use, just for a change, instead of Charlotte's, instead of I'd use my Tom Ford foundation sticks. One of them has had a bit of a mishap, but it's all right. I can still use it. It's sort of, I don't know, got squashed in the thingy. But if you remember back, I got these sticks last year, about a year ago, just under a year ago. And I got one which was too dark, and then I got another one which was too light. So I mixed them together. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh. And because I put it on yesterday, I've just noticed I've got hair. Freshly cut hair. Let me get rid of that first on the end of the foundation stick. I do not want to be putting that on my face. I spent so long getting hair off my face yesterday. So how has everybody been? Hello, Bushra. You bought it on my recommendation, almost finished. I suddenly remembered because when I was going out and about, like visiting my dad in hospital, this is in my kind of, I know I say my makeup bag like I've got one, but I've got one that I kind of use most regularly. So if I'm in a rush, I'll just pick it up. And this is in there, and it's in there with Charlotte Darling palette, and you know, it's kind of quick. I got to get ready. Everything's in there that I need to put on a decent face. Makeup bag. But because I haven't had to rush out and because of lockdown, I've been using different ones. I thought, use this again. But as I say, this is no longer a stick. It's sort of a blob. So I kind of have to. But what I do, because one is too light and one is a little bit too dark, although it's not looking too dark at the moment, I kind of mix them in this way. So instead of mixing them on my hand, I kind of use them to contour. So I'll put the lighter bit in the centre of my face, and you'll have seen I'll put the darker bit around and then blend them together. So it's just another way of mixing. If you've got 2 foundations, one's too dark and one's too light, it's just another way. Instead of mixing them together, you can kind of start to contour by putting the darker one on the perimeter of your face, and the lighter one you can use as a concealer and to highlight the centre of your face. And it works, and then you just blend them together. So I know now that if I ever need to restock, or I want to restock this, I know which ones not to get. I need to get something in between these two shades, which, by the way, is 7.7 Honey is the dark shade, which is slightly too dark for me. And then the other one was 6 Natural, which was quite a bit too light for me, but fine for highlighting my face. Now, is everyone enjoying their Bejeweled palettes? I haven't tried mine yet. Well, you're both too scared to use your palettes. Well, I'm going to do the Dream Look, the Dream Glow today, because it is beautiful and I'm loving it. I tried it yesterday. A lot of it got washed off when I was having my hair done. I want to do something to this today. I like messy, but it's looking a bit hedgehoggy. So, yeah, I'm going to do something. Now, because I've now got nice short hair, I can make myself look like I've got cheekbones, which I don't. Never have had them. And I'm just going to put all this on before my powder. And I'm going to use a contour wand. Never had cheekbones. But we can cheat them. Cheat the cheekbones. And definitely cheat the jawline. Chisel it in a bit more. And I always do this to make it look like my chin's a bit more pointy. I'm going to do all of this before my powder today, just because. Put a bit down there, actually. Oh, who was that? Hello, Terry. Don't be scared to use your palettes. Don't forget with Charlotte's palettes, they blend really easily. And if you follow the sort of prime enhanced smoke, although not all her smokes are actually smoke, if you follow the principle, you can't really go that wrong. Do you know what? When you all chat and say something, flashes on my screen and it goes so quickly. Oh, everyone's just saying hi. So hello, Bushra. Hello, Sunshine. Emma. Hello, Terry. Hello, Suzanne. And I think that's it for now. Hello, everyone, says Suzanne. So, Suzanne, I want to know, did you buy those palettes from Pat McGrath last week? And have you got them yet? And do you like them if you did get them? Hello, Sharon. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us, I should say. And then I'm just going to put some powder on, some Charlotte. I'm not going to use concealer because that has done enough to be a concealer. What do you think about the new highlighter only being available in Sephora? I hope that isn't... Oh, she got a new highlighter. You're all ahead of me all the time. So is it one with a silver a silver compact to match the palette. That's just to whet people's appetites and get the interest going for it. It's a very good marketing ploy. Yes. So like last year's. It's interesting that I bought this out. I keep the boxes when they're special edition boxes like that, because I'm a bit mental like that. But I do actually use this highlighter a lot. I prefer it to the original one. Oh, I was going to put shade 1 under my eyes, but never mind. I did not sleep well last night. I think it's a symptom of the menopause. Definitely have really weird sleeping patterns. And I've done that thing of staying awake all day and not having a nap so that I catch up, but it doesn't work. Oh, it's Tria joined us as well. Hello, Tria. Hello. My Daniel Son, the micro red lipstick got to you. They did not melt. Brilliant. And do you like it? Now, the other thing is, I don't know, Stacey. Oh, hello, Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Love your hair. You look fantastic. Thank you. A bit hedgehoggy today, but thank you. Stacey was asking about red lipsticks last week. So I bought all my Charlotte Tilbury reds on. My MAC red that I got, the Sam one, and Daniel's is here, so if I can go through them all. I got them all by my side. I'll put a little bit of bronzer on. I'll do all the cheeky stuff first, and then oh, this is my fair one. I'll put the fair one under my eye. This is the fair bronzer that I use as a setting powder. My Pat McGrath parcel was found in the middle of the road. Oh my God. What did you do, Suzanne? Oh, Sunshine, sorry. I thought Suzanne was saying it. Emma, no way. What did you do? You watched Rebecca's review this morning, so it's out. How have I missed that? So is this new Charlotte Tilbury? I must have been on another planet. Oh, I'm sure it looks lovely on you, Terry. So Charlotte's brought out a new highlighter and lip gloss, and I haven't noticed. What is wrong with me these days? Hello, Jay. Melbourne lockdown. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We're heading that way, I think. Again. We're definitely heading that way. In the UK. Right, let's do my... Hello, Jay. And you managed to be able to chat this week. Right, let's do this Dream Glow. I can't get over that. Charlotte's done a new release and it's completely passed me by. Oh, Tria's wedding plans for makeup. I think I'll use the red and bronze from the Dolce Vita palette. Those colours. Oh, that would be lovely. That would be really lovely, Tria. An absolute gem of a man. Stopped, picked it up and bought it. The packaging of my lipsticks was crushed, but they were okay. My Rose Decadence palette thankfully survived. Oh, phew, Emma. Oh, because it's on Sephora. That's right, you said. So you can only get it from Sephora. Well, like, you see, that's why it's good that you've got Rebecca, because she can get from Sephora and I can't. Right, so I'm putting it on the prime shade, which, by the way, is lovely. I love this little trio. Did anyone see Sophia's live? I went to watch it, then realised she was doing this trio and thought, I won't watch it yet, because again, I don't like to kind of copy anyone else, but I saw the beginning of it and I couldn't believe that she basically didn't realise she was already live, and she was chatting about what they were going to do. It was a bit like, oh, you're live, Sophia, shh, you're live. You don't trust DHL anymore. Apparently the pieces were scattered across the road. If I see that man ever again, I'll ask him to marry me. But not the DHL man, the one that picked it up. Hello, Rachel. You had a delivery from CT and I didn't order anything. Oh, you must open it. Did he have your name on it? Rachel. I want to know if it had Rachel's name on it. Yes. Well, then it's addressed to you. I'd open it if I were you. Maybe they've sent you something. Maybe sometimes they send, like, if they're every now and again. I say every now and again, I think once. I got the dry sheet mask, and that was before I was doing that was the day, I think that was my first video. Right, this is the enhanced shade, which I kind of messed up a little bit there, but it's all right. See, look, I can blend it in. I splodged that on a bit too much, but these are so blendable that it really won't matter. So you don't need to be afraid of your palettes, ladies, because all you need to do is blend, and they end up blending so seamlessly together. There's just a little splodge there, which is fine. I can kind of just add a little bit more and it will build it up and it will be fine. See? I have 3 law essays due today, so I'm waiting, then I graduate. Oh, well, so you're waiting to open it. Lovely. Well, that's a nice present from Charlotte Tilbury then. Do you know what? I'll tell you something, Rachel. A couple of times, and Emma's had this as well, something's been sent to me by mistake, and I've rung up and been honest and said, I didn't order this, and they've told me to keep it. And they won't want it back because of COVID. So I wouldn't worry too much that, you know, that you're doing something naughty. I mean, you can ring them, but I guarantee if you ring them, they'll tell you to keep it. And if they say, oh no, send it back and take it, say, I can't get to the post office, and they won't insist on it. I mean, I don't think they would say it anyway. They just tell you to keep it. So all I'm saying is that you don't have to ring them, but what I'm saying is don't feel guilty, because even if you were super duper honest, which I've been in the past, they'll tell you to keep it. We all want to know what it is now. Yeah, and congratulations, Rachel. Have you got to get a training contract then? I know all about this because my sister did law. Yeah. Have you got any ideas about what area you want to work in? What area of law? Yeah, your second degree, that was my sister as well. She did a conversion to law. She did, congratulations. She did, her first one was in business studies and then she did a conversion to law. Equity and trust. Ooh, interesting. Right, I'm just going in now with the smoke shade, which is this beautiful purple. And I'm just going to use that under my eye. Actually, I'm going to mix that because it looks... I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Let me just do a little bit of smoke in the corner here. Now, this isn't a matte shade, but because it's quite dark, it's fine if you've got hooded lids. What was in the parcel? My phone rang and I missed it. She's waiting. She's waiting until she graduates to open it. So she's leaving us all in suspense. And I tell you what, you can message me or email me on aliemsbeauty@gmail.com, and then I will let the Ali Pallies know on the community chat what you got. Now, what works really well under the eye, you see I just put the smoke shade here. Yes, that's, I was saying about that, Emma, you definitely, and you sent it to me. I mean, of course, if you've got two of anything in there, you can always send it to me. I know I'm joking. I'm not begging for stuff, but that was so lovely. Thank you, Claire. Hello. I just, I thought we're heading for another lockdown. Lop it all off. And I saw this, I think it was Keira Knightley and somebody else. And the only thing I wasn't sure about was whether to go a little bit shorter on top. And Mick thought I should perhaps go a bit shorter here, because this might start to get annoying. But I think it stops looking feminine then, and it looks a bit too masculine. Right, so what I do is I mix the smoke, very gay, mean and French. Thank you. I said choppy pixie cut. So I'm going to mix the smoke shade. Let me just show you. About to drop something on the floor there. Mix the smoke shade and the enhanced shade of this. And it looks lovely under the eyes. Really works nicely. So under the other one, I just did the smoke. But I'll show you what I mean. It's just really pretty. So I'll just put some of the enhanced shade under there. Right, and then I'll just finish off by doing a bit of, when in doubt, use your fingers. And then I'll use, there isn't, oh, mind you, this one, I'm going to use this one. So the prime shade, and just dot that under my eyebrow as a highlighter. None of them are really mega light for highlighting. And then I'll put a little bit in the corner here. But I might go back in with my highlighter later on. Now, the other thing is, if you want to perk it up, I actually like that, but I suddenly thought, you know what would look really nice with that as a kind of topper is the Walk of No Shame Jewel Pot. Let me just make sure that that's blended in a bit more. So I'm going to stick a little bit of that on my lids as well. Just a bit in the middle. Warm it up a little bit. Actually, let's do it on the inner half of my mobile lid. Yes, yes, I like that. We want to see pictures, of course, Tria. There we are. That works really well with that trio, I think. Why does this still not look very blended? I think I'm just noticing it more because there's no hair around my face now. Yes, Tria is getting married on Saturday. Now, I'll tell you what I found the other day. When I say I found it, I hadn't lost it, but, you know, dug it out. If you want a really good brow product, and I went, oh, good, I'm going to use this because this is so... Now, Sam Chapman raves about this, and I love it too, but I never use this end. This is the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint. Right, now if you use this side, it's kind of fills in. It's a bit of a crayon-y thing. But I never use that side, and neither does Sam. You can, if you want to, fill it in, but it's this side that I use. Because that is hair-like strokes. Take note, benefits. Shape and Shade by MAC. And you can just go in very lightly and just fill in those gaps. So easy. And this is in the darkest shade they do. That's the darkest shade they do, and it's called Spiked. The only thing sometimes, because it's a pen and you're holding it upside down, like any pen, after a while you have to make sure that the tip's like that. So if you're holding it, doing it like that, then you're going to think it's running out. So just try and hold it so that the pen nib is down as much as possible, so that it doesn't start running out of juice. And then balance your pinky to keep your hand still. It's one of those things that I used all the time and then buried it somewhere and forgot about it. But it has to be, I would say, the #1 brow product for me. So easy and so natural. There we go. And if you want them to look a little bit more natural, you just get a spoolie brush and just give them a little bit of a brush. Let them dry down for a minute. Why does that still look like it's not blended very well? I'll sort it out in a minute. Right, I'll just do this side first. Just brush it so it looks a bit more natural. Just wait a minute for it to dry and then just give it a brush. There we go. And my eyebrows look a little less out of place now that I've had my hair dyed. And by the way, the hair dye is a very, very dark sort of brown with a hint of purple in it. So it looks black brown, which is how my hair used to look when I was younger, as Suzanne will confirm. Because Suzanne's known me since I was 6 months old. Do you remember the 80s, Suzanne? Yes, Suzanne knew me with my new romantic hair. Tight frizzy perm, short at the front, like this, and long at the back. I was that person. And I thought I looked so hip and cool, and I looked ridiculous. Do you remember me with that? I went through all sorts of phases in the 80s. Such an expressive time, wasn't it? Is it big fashion now? I used to say, no, I want it shorter at the side. That's short. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what, long at the back? Yes, long at the back. Yes. Don't cut it at the back. No, 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 I want it long. But also, it was great if you had a bit of a chubby face, which I did, because, I mean, I still do a bit, but it was strange because I did one of these app things that told you your face shape, and it said I've got a square face. And for years, my face was really round. Oh, it was great. It was a great decade to be a teenager in and express yourself, because there was so many different kind of styles to go through in your phases, wasn't there? I'm just going to use the Mesmerising Maroon liner to go with this. Just using the matte side for now, and then I'll put a little bit of the metallic. It's so funny to look back on 80s photos. I was basically bouffant bull until I discovered post-punk, and then I spiked all. I remember that too. I look cute. Thank you, Terry. I said to my mum, I remember, I said, because I went to my aunt's wedding with, so my hair was this short, long at the back, but imagine this really tightly permed, like a Michael Jackson frizzy perm. And so that was my hair. And I went to my aunt's wedding in a grey half lapel suit with a grandad shirt and a leather tie. And I remember saying, oh, and a trilby hat to finish it all off. I had a grey trilby hat, and I thought I looked so cool. And I looked back at the photographs and said, Mum, how on earth did you let me go out like that? She said, simple. If I told you you look ridiculous, you'd have worn it for years and years. But she said it was a phase and it passed within months. So she said, basic rule with your teenager, don't tell them, unless it's really obscene, do not tell them don't go out in that, because it will last longer. And she was right, of course, because your job as a teenager is to rebel. And if a parent tells you not to do something, it's a surefire way as a teenager of getting you to do something. I always remember the guy that I worked with, he used to go out clubbing every night. And his son was in his teens, like 15 or 16. And I said to him, he used to go out clubbing, he was really sort of trendy and hip, but like in his mid-30s. And I said, I really feel sorry for your son, because he's got nothing. The only way that he can rebel is to sit and listen to Radio 4, classical music, and stay in with a cup of tea. Hello, Shahina. Right, I'm just using the metallic side. He'd go out clubbing all night, this guy. And his poor teenage son, I mean, how could he rebel with that? Oh, do you know what? I don't think that, one, it started making my eyes water, and two, it's making me look more tired. I think I might have to change that to a white one, or a skin, what's it called? Her eye cheat later on. Let me use this. Please stop watering. Don't do this. You haven't watered for days. I shouldn't have put something in my waterline. That was tempting fate. Now, I don't think Stacey's joined us today, but I've got my red lipsticks here. If not, I'll do if anyone's interested. If not, I'll just do a video on it. A non-live video. Hello, Shahina. Has anyone else just joined? So I'm putting the Pillow Talk mascara on, which I do like. And when my eyes don't water, it actually does, and I don't tight line with it, it is nice and ultra curly on me, which is what I need. I think if you need length, I'd go for Legendary Lashes. And if you need curl, I'd go for this one. Hello, Nicola Lombardo. Come stai? Picture for restless legs. Now, I don't know what that was an answer to. Who's got restless legs? You always start these intriguing conversations when I'm putting my mascara on. Oh, that's a good idea, Emma. So Emma starts with the lengthening one and then finishes with Pillow Talk. Why have I not tried that yet? Do you know what? As I was doing that, with my spiky hair there and looking like that, I thought, ooh, Dennis the Menace. Remember that day I said I looked like Minnie Mouse? I'll have to do a picture next to Dennis the Menace on my thumbnail after this. Ali the Menace. I wonder if that would help my dad. My dad's been getting a lot of cramps in his legs. And of course, I made the terrible mistake of suggesting to the doctor what he might need medication-wise for it, which didn't go down very well. So, of course, I think out of spite, they didn't use it. But I know that the drug that I'm on to relax my legs, I don't know if you know about this, Suzanne, baclofen, is used with stroke patients. So I suggested it to the doctor, and of course, they bristled against any such suggestion. But I actually think it might help my dad. But, of course, they didn't do it. And they said, no, it's to do with something else. It's to do with something else. And I bet you at some point in time, they'll go, oh, I know, why don't we try baclofen? Right. Now, oh, I know, I'm going to do a little bit of Love is the Drug, because I think that will go nicely with this. And I'm going to use my, if it's still here, where is it? Where has it gone? There it is. I love this brush. I've been using it so much. My Real Techniques powder brush. I'm just going to pick up both of these and give it a bit of a patting off because it's very pigmented, this blush. Love is the Drug. Again, I think, I'm not saying it doesn't look good on fair skins, but I think this is particularly nice on Asian skins, Tria. Love is the Drug. Because of that bright pink. If you're wearing purples. I hear you've got the new stuff from Sephora. I'll have to come over and watch that. I'll have to break my rule because, of course, we can't get it in the UK yet. But the thing is, even when Rebecca and I, because Rebecca and I can honestly say hand on heart, we do not confer with one another's videos before we put out our first impressions. And we still say the same things a lot of the time. So it doesn't really matter, does it? But it's like I don't like to be, I wouldn't watch anyone else's. I wouldn't want to do that because I just, yeah, we do, don't we? And when we're messaging one another, We often say the same things in a conversation at the same time. So, oh, talking of what, oh, I've just thought, my niece has just sent me a message. She's at a Sephora. She could get me it. She could get it for me. Oh, wasn't any makeup worthwhile, but got 2 little mask lip balmy bits. Sephora each for you both. She could. It's not in store. Oh, okay. She's not. She's in Turkey, and she's in a Sephora. Now, do you know what would look really nice with this? I think either. If I was using a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, either Amazing Amal or Viva la Vergara. She can't, apparently it's not in store, Terry. But yeah, I just suddenly was going to text her quickly. Which one shall I do? I think one of those would look nice with this Dream Glow look. Which one? Yesterday when I wore this, I used the Pat McGrath gloss, which is in my handbag. The new one. So, whenever I get asked for votes, though, you all say half and half, don't you? Viva la Vergara. I think I haven't used Viva la Vergara for a while, actually. Let's do Viva. I'm going to make a decision because I think a lot of you seen me in Amazing Amal. And the first couple of you said Viva la Vergara. So I'll do Viva la Vergara today. Because I haven't worn it for a while. I need some lip liner. And I'm not rushing off today because Jack hasn't been very well. He was sick. He's had a bit of a bug. He's okay, but he's just... I'm sure he'd be well enough to go back tomorrow, but he threw up in the playground. I'll do Crazy in Love as a lip liner. Thank you, Jay. But everyone's got a colour that suits their skin tone. If you want to send me a picture by email, I did it with Tria and purple eyeliner, didn't I, Tria? I've got this virtual tool where I can try makeup on your photograph and then say, oh, try this or try that. Thank you. It's looking, don't you think it's looking a bit hedgehoggy though today? I'm still getting used to it at the top. I love the side and I love the shape of it. Apparently something which has come out of the buyout will, hang on, oops, will severely annoy her UK customers if things keep being early released in Sephora. Ah, yes. She's doing it to get, you know what it is, that I actually think fair's fair, right? I'll tell you why I think fair's fair. Because Charlotte Tilbury, as you know, started in the UK. And for a long time, I know it's not the same now, but for a long time, when there were new releases, people in the UK got them first, right? And, well, Rebecca will tell you, you know, could get next day delivery and you'd have it the very next day. Yet if you lived in the States, you'd have to wait 2 weeks for a long time. I think it's different now. But I just think, well, this just balances things out a bit. And it's to get the people. Thank you. Oh, there's Stacey. Hello, Stacey. I bought on all my red lipsticks today. So I'll do that quickly after this. But we're going for Viva la Vergara. And that's to go with the Dream Glow from the new palette. No need to worry about that. You were dropping Charlie off at school. How's he getting on with it at school? It was just you were asking about red lipsticks last week and I'd forgotten to do a video. Let me just put a bit of the highlighter on. So I'm doing last year's highlighter. How different is a new highlighter going to be? You know I'm going to have to buy it. How different is it going to be? Have you done a review on this, Rebecca? The highlighter. Is it very different to this? Thank you for all your lovely comments about Rebecca last week. And the ones about me. Thank you. I just did somebody do a review. It looks kind of chunky, shows texture. Yes, it's pinky. Oh, it's pinky. So is it more of a rose gold? I'll come and watch your review, Rebecca. But I do like this one. And sometimes, if you get a really thick brush, don't go mad. Don't go mad. Really thick brush like this one. Swirl it. And just do a bit of this. It'll just give you a bit of a glow. Right. Red lipsticks. I've got them all here. So, where were we last week? Let's do an armful of reds. So, where's my Daniel Sandler one? It's the only one I haven't grabbed. I know it's here though. That's Pucker. That's Pucker. I've got 2 spares of this now because he's discontinuing it. Maybe because she was very light skinned. I think sometimes where I've got open pores around here, you have to be careful. Although I have to say that I haven't put out my microdermabrasion video. I filmed it, by the way. And I did a second microdermabrasion on Monday. And Rebecca will tell you, I couldn't stop sending her photographs of my skin. I did the dermabrasion and I did the 111 skin mask over the top on my skin the next day. I was like, whoa, I'm definitely going to do that again for a kind of, if I've got an important event, not that I'm likely to, but anything with a shimmer, exactly. Anything with a shimmer it's possible that it's going to show up texture. It's not chunky. Okay. Right, so let's get through these reds. Right, so this is the Daniel Sandler Micro Red. Now, if you haven't got this yet, and you want it, I would say there is no quandary here. Honestly, it is the best red lipstick I own. I love it. I love the shade. I love the pigmentation. I love the formula, right? And I love the price. But he's discontinued it, so you need to get in there quick. I got mine from Look Fantastic, and I think I got it for 15% off with a code. So I ended up getting it for £11. It is the perfect red. Now here is, you are correct. Here is Sam Chapman's, which is similar-ish, but it's a bit more pink in it. So these are going to depend on the skin tone of your lips. I'm doing it on the fairest part of my arm. That doesn't look that pink on my lips because of my skin tone, okay? But it will depend on the skin tone of your lips. So that is Daniel Sandler's, and that is Sam Chapman's, which is all, that is a limited edition from MAC, okay? Right, then we have, so we wanted to compare them with all the Charlotte Tilbury reds. I have Scarlet Spell, which is a lot darker. And that's got the little lip on the side, by the way. Just like the Mrs. Kisses and stuff that I never got. I was very good. I resisted. That's Scarlet Spell. So that's actually that would go quite well with this look, because it's got a bit more purple underneath it. Right, so Daniel, Sam, Charlotte Tilbury, Scarlet Spell. Then we have Red Hot Susan. Have I got, do you know, I knew someone would pick out Legendary Queen. I have, but where is it? I know where it is. I can get Legendary Queen. So I can put my hands on that in a minute. You pick one that I didn't get out, because it was in, you know, that box set with the others. I can put my hands on it in a minute. So this is Red Hot Susan. Red Hot Susan. So that's got a little bit more brown in it. Right, and then we have, no, that's not a red. That's just because I got that out in case I used it. That's Amazing Amal. Right, then we have Magic Red, which is the same as, oh, it's the same as the one that I didn't buy when it came out, and I've forgotten what it was called. Rebecca, help me. Magic Red was the same as Shanghai Nights. So that's Shanghai Nights. Shanghai Nights or Magic Red. And that came in there. The Red Bullet. Then we have Patsy Red. Yep. Then we have Patsy Red. This actually looks like it could be quite close to Sam's one, because it's got a little bit of pink in it. Yeah, it is quite, see, it's quite close to Sam's one there. Not the same, but quite close. Patsy Red. I mean, not Patsy Red, sorry. Yes, Patsy Red. Confusing myself now. Then we have So Marilyn. Your daughter's called Amal. It's a beautiful name. So Marilyn, which is kind of a darker red. And this one is a kissing formula. A lot of Charlotte's are matte Revolution when you get to her darker shades. I don't know why. So that's So Marilyn. I haven't put the Queen on yet. No, I'm going to get the Queen and Legendary Queen. They're the only ones I did not get out. So we've got Daniel Sandler. Let's see if I can remember them all. Daniel Sandler's one. Sam Chapman's one. Then we have, what was that one? Come on, help me, ladies. Let's see if you were paying attention. Scarlet Spell. Was that Scarlet Spell? Yeah. I don't know. You'll have to look back now. I've forgotten them already. Right. Then we have Red Carpet Red. Now this is very similar to MAC's Ruby Woo. It is your kind of perfect red. Not too pink, not too brown, just sitting right there in the middle. And it is almost identical to Ruby Woo. Right, we have what, Red Carpet Red? Yeah, it's a real bold red. It's beautiful. Then we have Love Bite, which is another kissing formula. This one is more of a kind of, it's going towards orangey red. Daniel's is the prettiest of the bunch. It is, isn't it? And the formula, actually, that looks quite like Love Bite, doesn't it? Daniel's one. And then Karina's Love, which is my most recent purchase of her reds. I resisted it for so long. Which actually is quite like the Sam one. Look. It's quite similar to Sam's. In fact, it's almost identical. So Sam's one is like Karina's Love, I would say. Right, let me get my queen set out. Bear with me a second. I know exactly where it is, I think. No, that's other lip products, but I've got collections somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's here. Here we are. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Your lip service. Because it's in this box still. So you want Legendary Queen and Queen. And of course there's the Duchess in this kit as well, which is beautiful. When she brings out special packaging, because I'm a collector, I keep it in the packaging. So this is the Queen. Now this is a pink, this is a very pinky red. It is beautiful though, and I've seen the Queen wearing colours. Shall I put this up here? Let's put this up here. So that's the Queen. It's just like a cerise red. That's going a lot pinker than Sam's one. Now it's almost cerise. I love that she did a lipstick for the Queen, and I'm sure that's what got her MBE. I bet they thought we better give her an MBE. She's done the Queen a lipstick. And then Legendary Queen, which is, and of course it is said that oh god, I've gone name blind again. 1 second. There's Legendary Queen. So that one's sort of more a classic darker red. Okay. I've gone completely name blind. Harry's wife from America. What's her name? You know her name. I've gone completely name blind. She wears very Victoria, apparently. Meghan. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I love doing that. Do you remember Tea with the Queen? But you see, my hairstyle now is very un-queen-like. I'd have to put, hang on. This isn't really a scarf like the Queen, but I knew I had it here. By the way, these, look, this is a scarf I got to go with one of my tops. This cost me really nice quality, £3 from Shine. It's called SHEIN. Right, they do some really nice neck scarves, a big variety, and they're really reasonably priced. But yes, I'd have to do, remember, I don't want to get makeup on this, but do you remember? Oh, if you haven't seen my live with the Tea with the Queen, should we do it again? And I was, because I follow the royals, and I've been a bit of a royalist, not so much these days. These scarves, look up bandanas or neck scarves. They're really nice quality. And you know, when you just want a little neck scarf to match an outfit, you don't particularly want to spend a fortune on them. I got really nice kind of sailor one to go with my navy outfit as well, which I can't find at the moment, but they're really good quality. You know, for what they are, you don't necessarily want to get something that's going to cost you 40 quid just to wear with one outfit. Yeah, and they do quite a few different face masks as well. But you need to get your face mask off me. I have been so struggling with the silk ones because I want to get them perfect because I'm charging a lot more money. But I came to a halt because I thought, no, don't like. I really started to doubt myself as a seamstress because they're so difficult to do and to get them looking really as nice as the cotton ones. So I've come to a bit of a halt, and everybody wants the silk ones, of course, because I'm a bit self-conscious that they're not good enough. So that's where I'm at with the silk mask. It's not because I don't want to fulfill your orders. It's because I'm having a major kind of confidence shattering thing about doing silk masks because they are so difficult to do silk. But anyway, there's all the reds. I'm going to have to get that off my arm. What I think I might do with my silk mask is I'll send you a picture first. And I might, for those that, I don't know, I'm a little bit worried about whether they're good enough. I'll send you a picture and see if you still want them. That's the way to get round it, isn't it? And you can say, no, actually, I'll get them somewhere else, and I won't be offended. Honestly, I won't. I'm a big girl. I don't get offended by things like that. The cotton ones are fine. Absolutely fine. I have no worries about selling those. It's just the silk ones. They are so hard to do. I'm just getting all this red lipstick off my arm now. Now, what's everyone been saying? You're wearing my mask today? Oh, lovely. I should do the Ali M's Beauty one, shouldn't I? Another fantasy tea party. Well, if it's not the Queen, who should it be? The thing about the Queen is because I know so much about the royal family because I've read up about them. I'll have to give that a think. Yeah, and I've got the makeup ones. I should perhaps concentrate on doing the cotton ones for a while. And then those of you that have said you want the silk ones, I'll send you a picture. That's how to get on and do them. And then I'm not going to get held up worrying about the silk ones because that's what's happened. I've kind of come to a halt because I'm worried about getting the silk ones just right and then stop doing the others. That's the way to do it. Do a bit of CBT on myself. That's a CBT thing, by the way. cognitive behavioural therapy. If you're aware that you're letting negative thoughts get in the way of something, then you can kind of give yourself a bit of CBT. Oh, this is about teenage. You can't wait to get your mask. Okay, I'll send you a picture. CBT is great because you can actually, I had CBT, and of course I was trained as a therapist, so I learned about CBT, but I also had CBT when I had a very severe phobia to mice, and then I got mice in my flat, and to the extent that I actually, not only did I move out of my flat for 3 months, but I couldn't walk through my front door without having a panic attack. And so I had CBT. And I can't say I love mice. I can't say now that I wouldn't jump if I saw one running across the floor. But I wouldn't have to move out for 3 months and have a major panic attack about walking back in if I saw one. And it was really funny how she worked with me to get my head around it. She said what it is that when you're a child, something happens that you kind of hot-wired. And we traced it back. You're hot-wired into kind of the association to mice is fear, right? I haven't given up on the silk masks, not at all. I'll send you some pictures afterwards. Not given up on them at all. I got a bit worried, Bushra, that they weren't good enough. Right, so I will get on with them and I'll show you. So with the mice thing, so she said you basically, it's no point, like if you've got a phobia and you tell someone, look, it's only a mouse, it's not going to hurt you. You know logically that that's the case, but you still see a mouse and there's that immediate fear that you can't switch off, right? It's just instinctive, and nobody can tell you to switch it off, and no amount of rationalizing with you will tell you to switch it off. So if you've ever had a fear, it doesn't work to tell you actually there's nothing to be afraid of, because it won't work. You know that logically, but your immune system goes into fight or flight whenever you see one. So she said what you got to do is retrain your brain. And she said, you're a music therapist. She said, I want you to think about a piece of music, because you obviously respond to music, that you really associate heavily with something being funny. And this is what finally got me to be, not, as I said, it's not good to have a mouse running around your house for public health, but to be in the same room. So basically what she did was she kind of hypnotized me, or it did deep relaxation. And do you remember the Benny Hill song? Which is a comedy song, very strong association with comedy. And then she got me to imagine this mouse running around the room with Mickey Mouse ears, a cartoon version. And now if I see a mouse, that's my association, and that association is more powerful than the fear association, and it actually managed to cure it. Yeah. So it's you've got to develop if you can translate this to any fear that you've got in your life. With I know a lot of people at the moment are getting very afraid of going out, quite understandably because of lockdown. You can translate that, but you've got to go back to a point where you've got an association with something that doesn't instill fear in you, something that's funny or something that's very relaxing, and it's got to be a powerful association, and then you attach it to the thing that you're afraid of, and your brain immediately resets. It's like pressing the reset on your computer button, you know, the reboot. It's like, okay, and if I see a mouse now, I'll go like that, but I'll go and I'll think it's funny. It's not funny, but I still can't really be in the room, but I won't have to move out of my flat, or my house for 3 months because I'm afraid of it. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that story because I like chatting to you all. But somebody else said your CBT changed your life. I've used CBT so much in my life. You conducted seminars. I'm proof you do see the end of it and I'm still alive. That is so good. No, I haven't. As I said, I'll talk to you, Bushra. I haven't given up on the Silk Mask at all. You love the Benny Hill theme tune. It's such a mouse song. What's good about CBT is it doesn't work for everything. You know, postnatal depression, it's absolutely useless for. But, you know, things like that. But it's good for certain things. And it's such, you can get techniques that work and show results. Okay, well, I'm going to go. No, you see, even that, Nicole, even that little picture there that Nicole has put up of a mouse, that would have freaked me out before my CBT. Now I look at it and think, isn't that funny? The association is with something cartoon and funny rather than something scary. Anyway, love you all. I love chatting to you all. I hope I've not missed any of you. Yeah, the mouse emoji. And it's not a cartoon mouse either. It's quite a realistic one. In fact, it looks almost like it could be a rat, Nicole. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. And those of you that are too scared to use your palette, don't be. It's so easy. It's so blendable. Come on, take your palette out and give it a go. If you want me to do a get ready with me live at the weekend, I'll do that. And you can get your palettes out and we'll do a makeup session together. How about that? Would you like that? For those of you that are scared of the palette, we'll put it on together at the weekend. All right, take care. Love you all. Mwah. Microdermabrasion coming up next.